Hello everyone, this is Kiran from Aeronautical branch and my roll number is 20951A21B5. And now I'm going to talk about topic Laplace transform in C language. In modeling many physical processes described by differential or partial differential equations, solutions can be obtained analytically using Laplace transforms. For most of the more interesting problems, however, inverting the solution is often a problem. Additionally, there are other classes of problems where manipulation of Laplace transforms is simple, but the the function of interest is not easily transformed. This article presents a C implementation of the stiffest algorithm for Laplace transform inversion as well as an algorithm to compute the Laplace transform integral numerically for an arbitrary function. I have found that a default of n equal to 14 coefficients gives reasonable results in C hash, but depending on the hardware you use and the specific functions being inverted, more or less coefficients may yield better accuracy. Stephes knows that the optimum number of coefficients mainly depends on the number of digits used in the floating point calculations, and above a certain limit, the numerical truncation errors start to swamp any increase in accuracy. For the test project, n equal to 14 yields between 7 and 8 decimal digits of precision. To calculate the Laplace transform of a function, it's necessary to calculate the Laplace integral defined above. The main problems involved lie in two areas. The integral has an upper limit of infinity, and the exponential function inside the integral requires special consideration if accuracy is to be maintained. Since directly calculating infinite integrals is impossible on a finite computer, the first trick I use is to change the Laplace transform integral into an equivalent finite integral by substituting u equal to e power minus t. Using this variable transformation, when t equal to 0, u equal to 1, and when t approaches infinity, u approaches 0. Essentially, what's done is map the interval between 0 and infinity onto the interval between 0 and 1, thereby avoiding having to deal with infinity. If you take a close look at the equation, though, you will note that there's still a potential problem since it requires evaluating ln of u equal to 0 and also u power s minus 1 when u equal to 0. If s is less than 1, there's also the possibility of a singularity. Fortunately, evaluating ln of u equal to 0 is not a real problem since if the Laplace transform exists, the limiting value at t equal to infinity or u equal to 0 must be exactly 0. Using the Laplace transform method is simple. Simply define a function that returns a value given a value of the variable t. Then call the transform method to retrieve the Laplace transform for any given value of the Laplace variable s. The following code snippet shows how to compute the Laplace transform of the function e power minus 2t for a Laplace variable value of s equal to t. Shia's coffee code double f of double t return 1.0 by method exponential of 2.0 into t double LCalc equal to Laplace dot transform of f comma 2. In other cases, we may already know the solution of the equation for some ideal solution. For example, when the flow from a well is constant. In the real world, however, things are rarely constant, and to determine the actual solution, it is necessary to calculate the convolution of the ideal solution with a boundary condition that varies as a function of time. In Laplace transforms, that simply involves multiplying the Laplace transforms of two functions. But again, the result is the Laplace transform of the desired solution, and we need to convert that back to real values. For reference, the convolution consists of an integral expressed as follows: integral f of t into g of t minus t dt. Thank you.